of Portsmouth is right behind those two little outcroppings. And that's where Prince Diamond is headed. It's a beautiful island so far, as you can see. Now look at this rainbow. I've never seen one so well defined, and the other end of it's over here. It is incredibly defined. I'm gonna have to stick my camera out in this misty rain just so you can see. That is the most well-defined rainbow I've ever seen in my entire life. This is part of an old fort. It was then used as part of a hotel, and I don't even know if the hotel is working anymore. Anyway, we're in Roseau, as they pronounce Roseau here, the capital of Dominica. I've got to say that the town of Roseau is much more pleasant feeling than the other town that I was at, Portsmouth, in the north end of the island, which has kind of a sense of desperate, yeah, there you go, buddy, desperate commercialism about it, but and with a grand touch of American approach to it. This seems to be much more laid back and island-like, which is strange because this is the major town, the capital, largest town. The force is strong in this one. This is part of the Fort Young Hotel. Well, just down the beach from the first rolly anchorage that had the boats rolling back and forth with some little swells that came in during the night during a thunderstorm. Now moved down opposite the Anchorage Hotel and whale watching resort. And for 15 EC a day, you can enjoy the place itself. Yeah, Dominica is the whale watching capital of the Caribbean. Over 22 species of sperm whale, apparently. Although this is not their typical season. But anyway, I'm going to enjoy the pool a little bit and have a drink.
We are 365 rivers.
Okay.
That's been a river for every day.
Mm-hmm.
This island is 300 square miles.
Okay. This is called a sausage tree. inside the botanical gardens that are in town here. That's the driver Israel over there talking to some friends. And the white van. Quite impressive. Huge.
Yeah. In 1979, this one got a baobab tree. That fall on the school bus was parked right there.
Oh.
And it mashed it up like that. Nobody was
wow.
in, nobody get killed.
Yeah, isn't that something? Tree fell on the school bus.
Something like...
And here in the cage they have a red-necked Amazon parrot. This is just some spectacular view that presented itself while on the way to the top of the mountain to see a place called Freshwater Lake. As you can see, really spectacular scenery. There's been a lot of this all the way up the mountainsides. So do customers do that? Or
those guys are there. The guys selling...
Oh, the guys that sell the drinks.
Yeah, he's selling things here, like craft and thing, you know?
Okay, yeah. It's called what?
Village of Trafalgar.
Oh, okay, the village of Trafalgar.
And
okay.
up the hill here, this is the village of Mount Prosper.
Oh, okay.
On the other side is the next village you call village of Roseau.
Wow.
And there is Eggleston.
Wow.
You see, like in the French we call it Common. And the city, where you come out there behind this mountain. Bottom part is Roseau.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you call Roseau Valley.
Okay.
And that is, this is the tree you call the...
It's slightly warm. And the orange color is all from the sulfur. And as Israel was just pointing out, at this point here, it's quite yellow with the sulfur, but this is the dividing point where it's above this, it's a natural color. And this is Freshwater Lake. It's used for kayaking and water sports, and right up at the top of the mountain.
Enjoy it so far?
On the way to Trafalgar Falls. And this is Tito, or Tito Gorge, apparently. Hard to see, but it looks like it goes way back. Well, that was an incredible experience. You swim in here and you follow the channel in, and it goes into the rocks, into that Tito Gorge that you saw a second ago. And it's utterly amazing. The channel itself goes back about 30 meters, and it's only about 3 meters wide, and the whole thing goes back like a channel. The walls are scalloped out by the current, and the channel weaves back and forth. And when you get near the end of it, the current is quite strong, and you can't get any closer. But at that point, there's rain from the waterfall coming down and hitting you, and you can see the falls itself in the distance, just roaring down. It's all too deep to touch bottom, so you have to swim the entire 30 meters, except for one spot about halfway where you can touch bottom and you can rest there on a rock. I was told about that by Israel. So just fascinating and well worth it. Too bad this camera isn't waterproof, because it would have been a spectacular thing to have shown you. Going back there, the sunlight was out, and there were patches in this cave-like passage that were lit up fantastically by the sun, and other parts were in complete darkness. The walls are all quite smooth rock, scalloped out, like I say, by the force of the water. It's starting to rain now. I gotta get under the shelter. And so anyway, that took about 10 minutes, I guess, to do. Swim up against the current. It's a lot harder than swimming back. And I was a little worried about my ability to get all the way up there, because there's no place to rest, and with the sheer rock walls, there's nothing to hang on to. So you're sort of committed unless you want to turn around and go back, and I didn't want to do that. So I got as far as I could. I wanted to go a little further to actually see the falls coming down, but it's just not possible. The current's so strong that you can't swim against it. But I was close enough to see the boiling bottom end of the falls, although I couldn't see the shaft of it going up, but except for the very top, which I could see coming down over the rocks. And it's about say 15 meters up, something. So it's quite spectacular and well worth doing. If you are ever at Tito Gorge on Dominica, I really recommend bringing a waterproof camera and your bathing suit. It's like a hot bath. Oh, it feels just like a hot bath. It's wonderful. And nearby there's this grotto with mist rising from the hot water, and there's a very strong smell of hydrogen sulfide here. And here, as you might imagine, the smell is really strong. Yeah.
You was thinking about them?
Yes.
About them? Right, okay, all right. Because here,
Okay.
get the view
Oh,
on the other side.
okay. Yes.
That's where you come.
Wow, beautiful. A lunch stop. Way up in the mountains.
This is local rum we make here, eh? The pepper sauce,
Yeah.
guava syrup, you know?
Huh? Yeah.
Yeah. And it's that. This is the rum.
Hard to see there, but there's a four-wheel drive road that goes up the hillside there. It's used during the filming of Pirates of the Caribbean, the later movies. There's a few of the sites around the island which were used as scenes for the series.
When you see the bridge, so tall, it's just between that to that.
Okay.
And when you're watching the movie, you're seeing that height.
Yeah, they wanted the bridge when the bridge fell down. This was one of the scenes here between these two peaks. The bridge was constructed across like that.
And this place here,
Yeah, this is a view down looking to the north,
you want to do it?
and
You walk on top here?
that's the town of Soufriere.
Huh?
And they did some of the Pirates of the Caribbean filming in that little glade right there. So,
As you see, there is a lot of walk, you know. This is the top slope. You can't see Soufriere. You're in gold. So when you're there, you see Soufriere. As you see on the sea, you see Soufriere.
Ouais, cool man.
Yeah.
Cool man.
Yeah.
Ouais, you sound trop ça.
Voilà. Il a eu with you.
Other side. And then you could see where they having their feast.
yeah.
And then they call it St. Peter's. St. Peter's Day, when
Yeah.
everybody comes together,
Okay.
and then they having this.
This is where the choir is.
Yeah, that's where the choir is.
Yeah.
And then so and Matthew, she said, she's coming. Yeah.
We're on our way over to the cave. None of this I had any idea of.
This area, Good Friday, very first day,
Uh-huh.
all the people are gathered all around there and praying.
Oh.
It have a statue. Come,
Okay.
come. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the people gather
Yeah.
around this area.
Okay. And you were saying the people were
Yeah, a lot
in
of,
here?
Yeah, after Hurricane David.
After
yeah.
Hurricane,
A lot
sure.
of people rescued this area.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
after Hurricane David.
Well, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
And the next thing here is to see the little champagne beach or something because of the bubbles that are coming up from under the water. Yes, well, there's some bubbling going on there. Little bubbles coming up everywhere.